God sees something different. God says, you see nothing, but I see something. This woman said, I've got nothing. But her estimation was inaccurate because she did have some oil. And she did have 2 sons. She was not alone in her situation. And sometimes we overlook and disregard the people that God has placed in our lives. Is there anybody here who can testify that God has dispatched some people in your life to be a blessing to you? People that don't have an agenda. They're not trying to take your money. They're not trying to get over on you. But God placed them in your life. They've got a prayer for you. They've got a blessing for you. They just want to see you strong. As a matter of fact, that might be why you're seated next to who you're seated next to. So go on and tell them, I don't want anything from you. I just want to see you live. When you got nothing, you got to go to the right place in order to talk to the right person. Pastor Williams, you're not going to believe this, but do you know who recently cemented this point for me? Charmaine Blackburn. My wife was in the ICU at Buffalo General. She had tubes hooked up to her. The doctors only gave her a 30% chance of coming out and living. I'd been up in the hospital for about 15 hours straight. I left the hospital in order to go home, take a shower, get a few hours of sleep. I left the hospital and I was driving down High Street. When I got to 318 High Street, out in front of the church was Sister Charmaine Blackburn. I ain't gonna tell you what she was doing out there, but she was out in She flagged me down. She asked, how's Sister French? And I said, Charmaine, she's not doing so well. She's in the ICU, it's not looking good. And she said, well, Reverend, park the car. Come inside, sit down, have a Pepsi and a piece of chicken, and talk to the shepherd. I said, Charmaine, thanks, but no thanks. I'm exhausted. She said, I know, that's why I said to park the car. Come in, have a Pepsi, a piece of chicken, talk to the shepherd. You'll feel better. I said, Charmaine, I'm not gonna feel better. I don't want a Pepsi. I don't want a piece of chicken. And to be honest, at this moment, I don't even want to talk to the shepherd. I said, after all, I am a shepherd. She said, you're a shepherd, but you're not your shepherd. Mike, you know, she wouldn't shut up. She wouldn't leave me alone. She kept at me, so finally, I said, fine. Brother Aaron, I parked the car, went in. And I sat down and I talked to the shepherd. I told him what I was dealing with. And he said, Doc, don't you remember? I was in that same hospital. Don't you remember? I had tubes hooked up to me. Don't you remember? Folks said, you might as well resign. You'll never preach again. But he said, but look at me now. And I just want to tell you, the same God that did it for me can do it for Sister French. Can I tell you, Charmaine was right. Because after talking to my shepherd, I did feel better. After talking to my shepherd, my faith was enlarged.